What actually deepens relationship with friends? So we all have conversations with our friends, right? Of course, having shared experiences and doing things together so that you can recollect those memories together. Those, I think, are vital things for good friendships. But many of us, when we talk to our friends, we don't really interact with them in a very genuine, intentional way. Most of the times, we're used to keeping a certain level of self protection, a certain level of distance with our friends. Because as we grow up, we might experience something like, backstabbing, where you really open yourself up to a friend, you're vulnerable, and then they make fun of you, and then you feel really betrayed, or you tell them a secret, and then they go around and then tell everybody about it, and then you feel really betrayed, and things like this. So, as we grow up, we experience more and more difficulty opening up to friends because nobody likes to have these experiences, right? Okay, but that doesn't mean you can't ever open up to anybody about anything because, oh my God, I've been betrayed and backstabbed once. I'm never gonna be vulnerable. I'm never gonna be open to anybody ever again. That's shooting too far into one extreme. And the opposite extreme would be, I'm going to tell everybody about everything, right? So there is a way to keep that level of distance with people, but at the same time, when you're having a conversation with somebody, if you can really open up about your feelings and if you can communicate them, like, for example, you're talking with a friend over lunch, and then you open up to the friend, like, hey, uh, so you asked me how you were doing, how I was doing. And then before I just said everything is going good and then, can't complain and whatever. But really want to tell you, like, actually how I'm doing these days. And then so you kind of do, you open your heart and then you talk about how your days are actually going outside of actually deeper than the surface level. Everything is going fine. Everything's okay. So, right? But where a lot of people, find difficulty in this is they expect that when they open up, the other person is going to respond in a genuine way. They're going to listen intently and such. But you can't really control what other people are going to do in response to your genuine, attempts at communication, right? So, on one end, when you talk to other people, when you talk to your friends who you want to have a deeper relationship with, you can open up to them, but without expecting them to really reciprocate. Just you open up for the sake of you opening up. You open up for the sake of you communicating, right? So that's one half of the equation. Now, the other half of the equation is, suppose your friend is opening up to you and your friend wants to talk to you about something deep and genuine. Now in that case, active listening can be very, very, very appreciated by other people when they're opening up, right? So the common theme here is control the things that you can control. If you can communicate with other people in a genuine, open hearted way, you can do that. But since you can't control what the other person is going to do, don't expect them to reciprocate. When other people communicate with you in a genuine way, they're opening up and they're being vulnerable, practice active listening and then reflect back on what they are saying. Oh, so as I understand it, I think you're feeling XYZ. Is that correct? And then the more you can focus on the things you can do to deepen this relationship, namely communicate with an open heart, attentively listening to other people opening their hearts, the better chances you will have at deepening relationships with friends.